Good morning, good morning. Do, 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 do. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Welcome to a daily dose of joy. Here we are. We're gonna pump up the positive neurotransmitters in our brain. And we do this every day after day. Our brains cannot help but change. They cannot help but change. We become more resilient. We become more joyful, more vibrant, healthier. We have a beautiful balance of neurochemistry in our brain, and we're not running on the canned chemistry, cortisol, adrenaline, and norepinephrine. Don't want to run on that. They're there for emergencies, but not for all the time to be our mainstay. So we are choosing a different path in solidarity together. This morning, we're going to do a laughter flow, and it's a week later from when I did tongue twisters with you guys, and I'm doing tongue twisters again because I've been I've run so many groups where it's been a part of what I've shared with people, and I've just curated tongue twisters that I love over time. I have been observing all that I've done with tongue twisters in my brain rewiring journey, that I've used them just as ways to engage my prefrontal cortex and have a point of focus. But I've also used them socially. I've used them as a way to, like a tension bomb, like just to ease tension in a situation, in a social situation. I actually made up a couple that I've weaved in, that I found very easy to weave into conversations. There is one on the weather that it is always just kind of a fun one when things are getting either grumpy or boring, or like recently I used it on a long car trip. And so I asked, has anybody checked on the weather? And when they responded, I responded with a tongue twister, which I'll share with you in a minute. I also have written tongue twisters that I wanted, where there was something that I really wanted to support myself, specifically on a specific feeling. And one I did recently was on patience. As you know, having a puppy is like having a baby. And one of the prerequisites as the parent is patience, is knowing there's nothing serious going on, all is well, even if things are maybe going the way that I would ideally paint them, in our puppy storybook. So sometimes to be present, I need a little more patience than I think that I have in the moment. So I made up a little tongue twister about patience. And that one has proven really helpful to have me giggle, to be like a companion, help me connect me to the bigger cause of motherhood in the world. Make me laugh a little, as I'm cleaning up a puppy mess or something. All right, so we're just going to weave these tongue twisters in and out and let it be a part of a laughter flow. You can also just start with some intentional laughter and go, and we'll just play with it this morning. It's sometimes fun for me when I'm doing a laughter flow to have some place where I hook my imagination, a place to start. So I also have learned to do tongue twisters with all sorts of accents and sounds and characters. All that makes it all the more fun. Okay, so let's see. We'll just start with this and we'll just see where the laughter comes from. Okay. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought you thought I thought. Maybe it wasn't even the thought I thought I thought. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought you thought I thought. Maybe it wasn't even the thought I thought I thought. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought you thought I thought. Maybe it wasn't even the thought I thought. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought you thought I thought. Maybe it wasn't even the thought I thought. So that was what I use as a tension buster when there's a misunderstanding. You're talking to somebody, it feels like you're using a different language. It's just been a silly misunderstanding. That's a fun way to just drop that one on in there. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought you thought I thought. Maybe it wasn't even the thought I thought. And here's the one on weather. And the more you garble the words or flop on the accent, the more entertaining you can entertain yourself. So just step on in there. Let's see. Whether the weather be hot, whether the weather be whether the weather be fair, whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, whether the weather be hot, whether the weather, whatever the weather, we weather the weather together. Whether the weather be fair, or whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, or whether the weather be hot, whatever the weather, we weather the weather, whatever the weather, we weather the weather together. Whether the weather be hot, whether the weather be fair, whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, whether the weather be hot, whatever the weather, we weather the weather together. Whatever the weather, whether the whether the weather be fair, whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, whether the weather be hot, whatever the weather, we weather the weather, whatever. Whatever. We're gonna weather it together. I know. Whether the weather be fair, whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, whether the weather be hot, whatever the weather, we weather the weather together. Me? I'll put these in the description bar. If you want to play with them. That weather one, when I dropped it into a conversation in the car, everybody ended up wanting to try it. And we did speed challenge rounds to see who could do it the fastest the most times. And we did taking requests where we would make a shout out to the other one, like, and do it in the sound of a leprechaun, you know, or do it as an Oompa Loompa. Or do it as Elvis. It was really fun. Okay, let's see here. We did an Elvis one that I enjoyed. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood. That's my Elvis impersonation. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck. It's even worse when I'm laughing. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood. Okay. Oh my gosh, I gotta share one with y'all that cracked me up yesterday. I could not even breathe. My friend was like, "No, I'm too shy. I can't do that." And so my other friend said, "Well, why don't you do it as a shy character?" She's so funny. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see if I can get her to come on camera and do it for y'all, but I will do my best. She was like, I thought, but the thought I thought, it wasn't the thought. You thought I thought. Oh, maybe it wasn't even the thought I thought. She had it down. It was a little part of her that she got to act out, and it was fantastic. Oh, okay. Let's do one more. This is so fun for me. Okay. What do I want to do? And just great for kicking the tires on the old hippocampus, the old memory generator that we are expanding and enlarging. That part of our brain actually shrinks with canned chemistry and stress and enlarges with dose chemistry and well-being. So I am still always thinking about bumping up my hippocampus. Yeah, kick the tires, make sure that air pressure is good. Yeah. And so I enjoy memorizing things. One of the reasons we do dose ditties it's fantastic exercise for our brain, and especially if you're memorizing and it's fun. Like I've memorized these just by using them with friends, and then we're laughing and doing them back and forth, and all of a sudden I know it. Although I did put a cheat sheet in front of me just in case. I didn't know them, but apparently for the most part I know them. This one is one I wrote for my son. And there are lists of positive words by letter online. If you want to make some tongue twisters up, you could like say Sally is your daughter's name. You could do S-A and then find a bunch of positive rhyming words to go with it and make a sentence out of it, and just have something to again, to like help you focus on all the wonderful things about Sally. So here's one for Charles. Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. Yeah. I think I got it all in there. Now I'm going to try and do it fast. Maybe I'm going to do it as a country singer. And my intention is to sing this to him this evening when I see him, if he gets grumpy about anything. People can't stay very grumpy when there's just shenanigans going on. Let's see. Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. All right, I'm going to do Charles charms. Charles charms, Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. I don't know what that was. Let's see what comes next. Charles charms. It sounds like it could have been a Brady Bunch song. Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. I'm gonna have to go listen to the Charles in Charge soundtrack. I'm wondering if that I'm kicking that hippocampus and some old 80s television show jingle is coming. I don't know where am I channeling that from? Let's see if I can do a country singer. Country singer. Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. That was fun. Charles charms, cheerful cheerleaders, chunky champs, cheeky chickens, cheesy chimpanzees, and me. Okay, I gotta let you guys go because I'm just gonna laugh and giggle about these goofy things. Oh, but boy, doesn't that feel good. Dosing my brain, pointing my boat downstream in the flow of joy. Oh, it feels so good. And it just gives me a great sense of well-being. So when I turn to tasks at hand for the day, I'll have this momentum and this flow supporting me. And it makes all the difference. So thank you for this positive time together, to have this positive point of focus for this brief time in our day will serve us really well. Let's take 3 gentle breaths and just appreciate what we've done here in this time. May today surprise and delight us. I look forward to our time again tomorrow. See you then. Bye.